What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization 5 57 Civ AI only world battle. Still not really got a name for it. None of the episodes have gone out yet, so I've got some time to think of a creative one. But it's going good. AI only battles are actually really good for me, not just because you guys watch them more than anything else, but also because I can record loads of them in advance, and normally there won't be too many. Whereas if I do a let's play 10 episodes in advance, there'll be loads of comments saying do this, do that, you're rubbish, yeah, and I can't change anything. I'm like, oh no, it's gonna get even worse. I'm gonna wait till they see the mistake I made next episode. But here, all I do is watch, so it's not too bad. Maybe I just missed out someone's favourite Civ a bit too much and have to go and overly excessively highlight them a little bit. But no, it's much easier with these. I can just get really far ahead. Maybe I should just become an AI only channel. Just only AI onlys. That would be... I mean, for me, there's a lot of positives to that. I mean, it has crossed my mind, I'll be honest. But maybe. And I'm sure you guys would love it too. So it is an option. It depends. Obviously, as long as... There needs to be somewhere for me to do Let's Plays and just have fun as well. But, yeah. There's a possibility, I wouldn't rule it out. We will see. The Champa do peace out with Korea. And Belgium complete Notre Dame, which is great for Belgium. 10 happiness means they can continue to settle a little bit more. Not that there's much space to settle in Europe anymore, but they have a settler just roaming around if it finds somewhere. And yeah, I mean, 10 happiness, no one's going to turn that down. I think I've tried to get it in like my last few Civ Let's Plays, and I've missed out every single time. So that's always nice. Nice and fun. Oh, sorry. It's not my microphone. Hopefully you didn't hear that too loud. Sicilies. I'm liking these guys. These guys do really well when I put them in, and I'm kind of excited. I put them in instead of Rome. Normally, if you put them in with Rome, it sort of becomes a nightmare. And that only really works on a Europe map where Italy is even bigger. But here, I think this is fine. It could be quite exciting. Burundi versus the Garamantes. Okay, the wars in Africa are starting to break out. They're a bit slower. Obviously, like Europe and Asia has already had a huge first phase of wars. North America sort of had one, but I guess it was just the Iroquois one. And Texas, California is not leading to much. But yeah, Burundi versus Ethiopia, the Garamantes, whoever that was actually, it doesn't matter too much. Somehow Burundi have got this city really low. I don't know how on earth they've managed that, but I guess an archer, but there's no archers. There's one bowman. I mean, it's only got 10 city defense, so I guess it's not, or 11. That's not like super difficult. So I guess, yeah, Burundi may end up grabbing this island, which is pretty cool for them. Mali and Morocco, peace out. That was very short. That started literally like 5 minutes ago into the last episode. So yeah, that didn't last very long. The Jar, taking a long time. Yeah, there you go. New dynasty emerging. That's happens sometimes. A little bit of a freeze while it happens. I imagine we're going to get a pretty early World's Congress as well. Indonesia is already exploring the deep ocean, so that's going to be a pretty big one. They do have a caravel, reaching the coast of Africa now. Oh wow, South Africa's actually made progress here against Kilwa, so there's a chance this goes badly for Kilwa, in which case I do feel bad for them. 2 Sicilies versus the Garamantes. That's not so big, at least at the moment. They're quite far apart still. And the Iroquois going after Shoshone. Now, I think the Shoshone would have had enough to defend themselves, but it's all over here. And that's the Iroquois here. Maybe starting to snowball. As I said, I have the power. I have the in-game editor. I might, I don't know if all of you guys like unanimously tell me to, I will nerf them somehow. I can like strip them of technologies they've already researched. Things like that. Killing units is, I think, a little bit hard. I'm not even sure I can... That would require me to spawn in, like, giant death robots, but... I think there might be a way. I don't know, I haven't played around with it enough. But it's certainly... Yeah, there you go. The Iroquois leading the way at the moment for military. Mongolia in second. Shoshone is 7th, so there is hope. And Sicilies are up there. Texas and the Sioux also up there, so that's a good sign. At least they're keeping up. Spain is up there as well. Spain? Byzantium? The Chinook and the Goths fill out the top 10. Last place is Poland, 54 civs. Maybe I missed... 3 died already? What? America died and China died, that's 2. Somebody else just completely dead? I don't think so. Poland's still alive. Babylon's still around. Okay, maybe there was only 56 civs. Now I'm confused. Okay, maybe it's 56. I'll call it 57 because it doesn't matter. The title will be something else anyway. The title will be something clickbaity, so don't worry. It'll be like 500 plus civs AI only, but no, not 500. It'll be 50 something plus civs anyway, so it'll be like 55 plus or something. I don't know. Giant world battle, crazy world battle. To be fair, I'm quite good with that. My titles are very generically boring to help you find the right stuff. I used to like try and name the episodes with things, but I think I made the episodes too short to do that, because sometimes you just have one where nothing happens. So I'd have Let's Plays that are like rebuilding the army, part 1, 2, 3 and 4. Poland piecing out with the Parthians. I'm forgetting all these civs names. Carthage piecing out with Benin. I don't even remember when Benin declared all these wars. Also, someone has sieged this out without being here, which is quite impressive. I don't know who that was. I'm guessing it was the Congo earlier, but that's now a peace deal too. Benin has survived. If they can keep this up, they've got some good sized cities. They're in a good position. They're sort of like trapping all the civs down here with the monster. Just like, you don't want to be down here with the Zulu. Although in this case, I think it's going to be South Africa who are actually the super strong, scary kind of civ. Russia versus the Tsar. Not so important, but Russia looks like they've teamed up with Mongolia. This will be tough for the Tsar. If Mongolia conquers them, that won't be too fun. And yeah, this is not looking good. The Iroquois will almost certainly grab this. I think the rest of the Shoshone is safe. And I think I'm kind of hoping that the Sioux and Texas sort of just stay strong enough to defend themselves. And then at least the Iroquois are sort of contained to this east coast. And, you know, even if they do get really strong, they're contained. Brazil's borders are very expansive. Like, this city is just growing out like little tentacles. On the mini-map, you see like 3 little prongs going upwards. But yeah, Brazil looking pretty good. The Inca not so good. Obviously, they spawned on the western side of the mountains in this map, as opposed to the eastern side on the map we used last time. Corral, obviously, with these 2 weird northern cities, which are fairly safe, to be fair, just because of their position. And then they have this one down here, which isn't the worst mix. I don't know where this Incan settler's going. I'm guessing here or to the Falkland Islands. Texas and California do peace out, so that one's over. Those 2 still holding on to their cities, not letting anything slip just yet. Indonesia looking good. How's Samoa's population? Oh my goodness, they must be in first. Demographics, yeah, population Samoa lead, crop yield the Iroquois lead, manufactured goods the Iroquois also in the lead, gold the Huns, land soldiers it's the Iroquois. My submarine is apparently the best place for approval, and literacy, well, I'm last, but Samoa actually has the best technology. Obviously they had some tech boosts at the start, and with a huge population that's fair enough. And Kilwa lose the city of Zanzibar, so South Africa now have the Zulu completely trapped in the corner. And Burundi also grabbed this island, so it's fallen apart a little bit for Kilwa. They have held on to Mount Kilimanjaro, at least for now. I'm sure some civs will have their eyes on that. Parthia versus Babylon, not sure. Oh, good city from the Goths here. Not quite the tile I would have gone for, but if they connect their borders, that works out fine. And Byzantium versus Babylon. Okay, Byzantium will be the one to keep an eye out on. Austria is still trying to get at Germany. I know the Sicilies are as well, but they're never going to get through this one tile mountain path. To be honest, the Sicilies would probably be best, like just building boats. This is where I think, as a human player, it's easier to play at a higher difficulty. If you're someone who can't play at the highest difficulty, like myself, who wants to play at a higher difficulty, so for me, I've just done it as Emperor in Civ 5 and Civ 6 with 2 different civs on TSL world maps. You can be a bit more focused. Like, if I was the Sicilies right now, I just spam boats, don't even bother with military units. You know, have a couple at the top, but not many. Just spam out boats, and you'd be doing so well in the Mediterranean. But they won't do that, of course. So that's where the AI not always is good. But as a human player, you can make that decision. It's a risk, but you know, I don't think Germany's not going to get you, so you don't have to have any units here. Just don't declare war on them in the first place. It's a good start. A human player would never do that. again, France, just a couple of units, maybe a catapult or something in this city and something else here, just to, in case France or Belgium comes after you. And then you just build boats, you conquer this off Austria, maybe you go grab Carthage next. You could go for some of the Spanish coastal cities, or Belgium and Spain here. Oh, Belgium settled in northern Iberia there. Yeah, just go for some of these coastal cities with your boats, conquer all of the coastal cities in the Mediterranean and the Black Sea, because why not? And then, you know, you're onto something. Belgium with another wonder, the Machu Picchu. I was going to say, where do they have a mountain? But down here, of course Belgium do. How could I doubt them? Belgium with a huge population as well. I mean, they'll be catching Samoa. They're pretty close. Although I think Samoa have one city that is 17 is ridiculous. For turn 68. Like, that is growth 1 every 3 turns. Like, that's absolutely absurd. Oh my god. They must be OP. Like, I mean, the fact they spawn on an island makes them less OP, but they must have some OP ability that I haven't ever looked at. Okay. Also, there was something else I wanted to suggest. Obviously, this is episode 3, so I'm miles ahead of when you'll see this. But what was I going to suggest? I've nearly forgotten. Oh, Shoshone putting up a fight back. That's good. I would be willing. Obviously, I don't want to mix Civ 5 mods too much when I'm playing 2 series. I would be willing to play in this scenario. I did it with the Songhai pretty recently. I played along with one of the other scenarios I was doing. So I would be willing to play along. I could reset up pretty much an identical game. The only thing is I'd have to sort of alter the civs a little bit, because obviously some of them would... I had to move some of them. So for example, if I wanted to move the Khazar, it would obviously... I'd have to reveal all the map, and then I get all the happiness from seeing all the natural wonders. So it would kind of be like... I don't want to say... It's not intentionally cheating. If I wanted to get this exact scenario, I wouldn't be able to play it just, you know, straight up normal. Also, I'd be willing to up the difficulty to sort of make up for that. I'd be willing to try out Immortal this time. I know, very brave. So I did well as the Songhai on Emperor. I don't think... I mean, it's hard to judge it. Like, obviously, I did really well, but, you know, it wasn't like a Civ that was next to me won. It was a Civ that was miles away that won, so I couldn't do anything about France, you know, and I couldn't stop them. By the time I'd met them, they were well into the distance. So yeah, there was nothing I could really do there, apart from nuke them by accident in the fog of war, which is never a good move. But yeah, I mean, I'd be willing to give that a go. I mean, I don't know which of these civs I'd want to play as. There's still some regions I haven't really touched. I'd love to try, like... I think South America I want to do, but it's just, there's not really enough civs. I don't think I'd find that interesting enough. I do like the tougher scenario starts, as weird as that is. A few civs declared war on South Africa. Sorry I missed that while I was rambling. I didn't read who it was, but I'm sure they'll be fine. As long as it isn't the Zulu, they should be okay. I don't know, it might be. And there was Morocco as well versus somebody, I think Carthage. Korea has joined in the war against the Jar, so yeah, this should be the end for the Jar, and Korea have a pretty big military now, so this should, yeah, be the end for the Jar. Mongolia too. But yeah, I don't really know who I'd play as. Obviously, I've done Asia as Mongolia, and I did Afghanistan as a mod, like, years ago. Like, probably the first series that is still up on the channel, I think, is that Let's Play. Actually, I don't even know if it is still up, but if it is, then that's one of the first. That was on the giant map. I don't know what happened that game. That was so weird. That was on the biggest map. I've never used it since. I've never used it for an AI only battle. But there is, like, that map I used last series, there's an even bigger one, which is even worse for European civs. But I haven't used it because, like, India is the size of, like, Europe in this map. Well, no, that's a bit harsh, but, you know, it is huge. With 50 civs, it's probably reasonable to use it, but it's just, again, it's so hard to, like, balance Mongolia and everybody and the North American civs. Shoshone are putting up one good fight. I'm proud of them. That's all that mattered. keep putting up a fight. Just slow them down. Don't make it easy for them. Give Texas and the Sioux a chance to build up as well. And there's hope. Persia joining the war against the Jar. Just what we needed. Harappa's still doing okay here. I don't know if there's much for them in this game, but we'll see. India never really... Oh, they're close, but... They might struggle here against Siam. Oh, and out of nowhere, haven't mentioned them, Denmark did settle up here eventually, changed their mind, and they just killed Poland. I thought Poland was safe for a bit longer, but no. I assume the Huns and the Goths there did most of the work, but Denmark just snuck in, grabbed a 4th city, and they're now exploring Scandinavia with some units. I'm sure they'll get a settler up soon to go over there. And the Shoshone, almost perfect. They pieced out, but sadly they did give up this city, which is fair enough. It was on 0 health. But yeah, the Shoshone still surviving. That's good enough. 3 cities, they're still here. They can still settle more. Yeah, it's a little blow, but up in the tundra, it's not a disaster. There is still hope for the world. I'm making it out that the Iroquois are like the Empire from Star Wars or something, and just absolutely terrible. The last hope has been flushed out. And India did manage to grab this city. There you go. There is another Siamese city that turned up at some point I must have missed, but India did grab a big part of the subcontinent, particularly for resources. They get some cocoa. I think they already had the silk, if not some silk and some gems. I don't know. I think it's marble might have been with this city as well. So yeah, grabbed a lot of happiness there. Babylon still clinging on as Byzantium, trying their hardest here, but not having too much success as they try to grab this. Oh, Ethiopia with a new city here on the coast. Yeah, at the moment in Africa, there's a lot of wars, but not many like successful sieges. Garama might fall here to Carthage, but there's a mountain in the way. Morocco may just grab this city off Carthage though, so that's a trade. Also Spain grabbing Cordoba here, which does give them access to the Atlantic Ocean. And I see Brazil are starting to explore the Caribbean, so I wouldn't be surprised if we maybe see a couple of settlers head that way at some point from them. It's quite exciting. But what was I mentioning earlier? Oh, Japan v the Champa. This could be pretty. This could be the end for the Champa, and it would be great if Japan gets involved in the mainland of Asia as well. That'd be exciting. I've done the USA in North America for a Let's Play, and the Aztecs, and I'd say the South America might just be off. I did Brazil in the Earth 2014 mod, and I feel like that would have been more exciting anyway than trying to play as a Brazil or someone. And I would have been Argentina I wanted to do, and now they don't work, which is an issue. Like, they don't load in at all. I've done the Songhai and Congo in Africa in Civ 5. I would be tempted to do Shaka. That would be tempting. I'll probably put a vote up, but it would probably be between the Zulu, someone in Central Europe. I know I've done the Netherlands before, but it's still very tempting to try and do Germany or somebody. I've done Byzantium, and I've done Mongolia. I'm trying to think if I've done another Asian Civ. I did Indonesia in Civ 6. I've done the Kaima in Civ 6, which is sort of Siam's position. Yeah, the Civs that really tempt me are maybe a Germany, a Zulu, or a Germany or a Rome. I just described how to do it as the Sicilies. Maybe I should go ahead and attempt it. That would be quite interesting. So let me know. Germany, 2 Sicilies, the Zulu, and Australia, or Korea, or do I want to do Japan? No. Korea, Australia. Those are your choices. Korea, Australia, Zulu, or the 2 Sicilies. We'll kick Germany out. I don't want to do Germany actually. maybe one day, but not in this. I'd rather do Europe. Like, I mean, the Sicilies, I guess, are more open. Yeah, I'd rather do Germany in a Europe map. But yeah, let's say that's the civs we will go for. So if you'd like to see me play in this scenario, then just drop a comment, and I'll probably get a 4th series up and running on the channel soon. I don't really want to hop into EU4 again anytime particularly soon. It's not necessarily that I just had a bad run as France. It's just it is a long game. I came off the back of an AI only battle and like 70 episodes as Austria. So yeah, I'm going to take some time till I find a civ or a scenario I want to do over there. Hearts of Iron, I'm just not really feeling. So yeah, I just want to make videos that I want to do, and I do want to do TSL World Games. They are fun. And I'd love to play in this 50 civ scenario. Obviously with no info addicts, I can try step up to Immortal. But yeah, I could do Australia, the Zulu, which would be very fun, the 2 Sicilies, which I sort of laid out the groundworks of a plan for, and Korea will be another option as well, because they do look, I've never played as Korea in Civ 5. They do look pretty cool. They're in such an interesting scenario. Trying to fight your way out of the corner. I'd like to be given that a go. So yeah, let me know which one of those 4 I will probably if I do completely I don't know. If I see like only a couple of comments, it might remind me, and I'll put a vote up on the channel, like on that community page where I normally do votes. But if not, if there's just like a unanimous decision here, I might just settle for it. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I'm not biased in a pick. I mean, of those four, I'm probably I'm happy to do any of them. I think Australia would be kind of different from the other three approaches, but yeah, I mean, I'm happy to do any of those games. So let me know. But like I said, just bear in mind, I will have to kind of, I don't want to say cheat, but just to set the game up in the exact same scenario. I mean, obviously the tech boosts that I gave to certain civs, if I was to do that and stuff as well. But yeah, I have to reveal the whole map. I can then unreveal it for when I go back to playing, but you keep the happiness from seeing the wonders. Unless, I'm not sure actually. Let me just check. This is good. I'm discussing with you guys. There's not too much going on. It's all good. It's a quiet time. You can unexplore map. Does not reset diplomatic context or natural wonder discovery. So yeah, sadly our happiness will get a big boost. But I mean, maybe that's a help I need on Immortal. That's my way of balancing myself. None of those civs I mentioned, I just want to check. Yeah, I didn't give bonuses to any of those civs. So there you go. Pick one. I will play as one of them in the exact same scenario. So if you are, a fan of AI onlys, but you've never really watched a Let's Play, maybe this could be the one to jump in on. But there's plenty going on in this game. Korea has just entered the Renaissance era, which is pretty exciting for them, and they have now frozen. Please don't crash the game. Phew, I don't know why it would crash. Oh, it was Qing. Oh no, it was the Xia dying. A new dynasty did emerge. They changed to Shang, and then they died. So, there you go. Not the best. And Korea looking so good right now as they conquer Yangcheng. Now they have a really good foothold here in Eastern Asia, not just in the Korean peninsula. They have their really good cities back home, which are going to be, lots of production. They have a good naval route out, complete control of the sea. And yet they can now be a bit of a thorn in Mongolia's side, if not actually stronger than Mongolia at this point. Celts have added a Reformation belief, and Kilwa lost their capital. Burundi kept on going. I did not even notice that was going on. Oh, it's the Congo v the Zulu. Ooh, if the Congo grab this, they'll be looking pretty good too. With 4 cities and another capital falls, 2 in one episode. We see Zanzibar. Wait, who has 3? An unmet player controls the most capitals. I've met every player. What are you talking about? What? I've met everyone. Sejong. Well, Korea. Oh, I guess it's unmet to them. I think that's what that means, not unmet to me. I've met everyone. Korea has got control of 3 capitals, apparently. Oh yeah, Beijing and Yangcheng. And a 3rd capital has fallen. I don't think that was... Oh no, that was this episode. Wait, was it? Yeah, that was this episode. So I don't know. It says Korea, but it's nothing to do with Korea. Japan does eliminate the Champa and capture their capital. Oh, the Xia is still around. Or Shang now, but we'll just keep calling them the Xia. They are still around for now. And Indonesia completing the Angkor Wat Wonder. So there you go. 3 capitals in one turn. That is pretty crazy. It's pretty big. And all of them on the eastern side of the map. From here, just east. If you was put sort of a line down the middle of Africa is probably where the middle is according to the mini-map. Yeah, all in the east. No new cities just yet, although Samoa is moving some settlers around. Australia here doing their thing as well. Indonesia a little bit slower. They're actually the first civ to have a musketman, so credit where it's due. Is there anything yet? Brazil not quite yet sent any settlers out this way. I'm sure they'll be considering it. Denmark does have one going towards Scandinavia, which means they have still got a good chance in this game. Germany is holding off Austria for now, and the Sicilies have settled on Sardinia. Sicily, well, I don't know, this map is very weirdly shaped. I'm saying this is Malta, this is Sicily, even though it's very weirdly, it should be like down here, but whatever. See, the map's weirdly shaped, you can't have everything. This is Sardinia, right? And this is, well, I don't know what the other one is, because this one's Italian, isn't this one French? Corsica. Is it Corsica? I don't know which one. Maybe it's the other way around, but either way, those are those islands. Texas has cut California off from Californian Mexico. And there isn't really much space. I said there was loads. It's sort of faded away. The Mayans' borders have grown a little bit. Austria piecing out with Germany. So Germany survived with 3 cities. And, 10, 10, 6, 15, 12, 9. So yeah, Germany definitely in a better position than Austria going forward. There is a lot of fighting going on all around here. I don't know who's fighting who, but there seems to be some battles going on. No one's really losing cities, but lots of damage. And Byzantium's siege of Babylon has not gone too well. I was hopeful for them here, but yeah, not really worked out. Austria also piecing out the Huns. Not that was super important. They're not really nearby to each other. Wow, a lot of crazy action. It is only turn 77. The Europa, still, this city's getting really big. It's going to be juicy if someone can get that. If Persia grabbed Delhi, that would be so amazing. Renaissance eras for California and Texas at the same time. Japan sort of consolidating their strength here. Siam looking pretty good in Southeast Asia. There's a lot of medium-sized nations, which is what you want. It means there's lots of opportunity for wars and stuff going forward. There's also some monsters out there. Korea is starting to look very scary. The Iroquois obviously look pretty good as well. We'll hand it to them. They have musketmen too. Texas don't look too bad. Their population is really big. So that at least is something. And the Civs as well. These guys, the Civs seem to be struggling for tech as well. But between them, they could certainly defend themselves, I guess. But yeah, there is some monster Civs emerging. Even, I don't know, Burundi isn't like there yet. But they have the potential. Just because of their borders. No one's going to really take them out. But that'll be it for this episode. So as always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe as well if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.